Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. VeChain continues to hold just below this potential breakout point. We discussed in the previous videos that it did hold its 78.6 retracement level in this wave 2 pullback, which is a potential bullish wave count. It's not a high probability setup. We don't currently have, I don't think we have any real high probability setup on these sort of time frames, on the smaller time frames. The problem with this one here, for example, is that the larger time frame still allows for another low. And that it just very briefly broke below the 78.6 retracement. Nevertheless, this is one where I say potentially it's starting to turn around. We talked about that. We had the support level defined. We talked about that inverse head and shoulders, which is forming here potentially like it does on the Solana chart. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The next high probability setup is if we get 5 waves up in yellow, potentially all the way up to round about 3.7 cents. Then we should get a pullback in an ABC structure, A wave, B wave, C wave. Wave 1 to the upside, wave 2 to the downside. This is a potential high probability setup, but only after 5 waves up. Nevertheless, for anybody who wants to take the more risky bet, you've got here an inverse head and shoulders. We had our support level defined for a potential pullback trade. A break above this, could send it up to 3.1 cents. This is at least the target for a third wave. It's also the previous wave 4 high. And it would be in line with what I often say, that if we have a break out of a wedge pattern, then typically the first target is the beginning of the wedge. So the beginning of the wedge, you could argue, is really up here. And that makes sense. So that's what I'm watching here now. As a potential, at least one of the few long trade potentials that we have currently in the crypto market. Always comes up the question, okay, why would this go up if Bitcoin is supposed to go down? See, you cannot align this. You just can't. It's just too complex. It's very oversimplified, that assumption, right? The whole thing is just too complex. So if you make such an assumption, that's too oversimplified, because I mean, let's just assume Bitcoin breaks above micro resistance, okay? And it just goes all the way up to 27,480 again, but that would not invalidate the yellow wave count. And VeChain, on the other hand, will break out and just rally to 3.1 cents. Then Bitcoin might go down. VeChain might just do the wave 4, just a higher low. Bitcoin might just retrace to the upside a little bit correctively. VeChain might make the wave 5. So there are correlations, but on different degrees. And it also wouldn't be the first time that a coin moves, different to Bitcoin. But then again, as I said, it's not a high probability setup. And as long as we don't have those 5 waves up in yellow, I'm not going to confirm that a lasting low has been made. It would just not be responsible, because we need to follow the process, okay? And this could just all still be corrective, right? There is nothing really. Because what happens if we do this? Okay, that's also possible. A, B, C, and it's breaking down again. That's very much possible. So we're not there yet. This market first needs to fix itself. The most reliable ones are Bitcoin and Ethereum at the moment. There are a few others which we cover. But generally, this is not really a high probability market at the moment. Therefore, I think that trading the smallest waves at the moment is not the right thing to do for most people. But I say that very often. Therefore, staying on the higher time frames might be more suitable. But essentially, I can only leave that warning with you, and you need to decide what to do. We are still very much working in the chop, as I often say. It's very choppy price action. It's not that clearly trending market. Okay, that's just not where we are, and we just have to expect this, right? Everybody wants to make money quickly. I know that, but the market isn't doing that at the moment. Okay, it's just not that trending market right now that we actually need to get the big move. Okay, to participate in the big move. Lots of small moves, but no big move. But we'll get there. So that's currently the assumption. Obviously, this scenario here is basically really only valid. It's valid as long as this 78.6 retracement level is holding, basically. So basically, you could say the potential for a third wave rally is valid as long as the price doesn't break below this 17th of August. No, sorry, the 11th of September low. but it's typically already the 50% retracement level. So if we break below 1.64 cents, it's already likely going to fail. Then also for an inverse head and shoulders, it would just come down too much. Yeah, that's my update about VeChain. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.